You're listening to Fada Sports on the VSiN Podcast Network.
Yo, welcome to the Fade Us Sports Podcast. Listen, last year, my friend Mikey on the far left, Mikey, raise your hand. If you would have bet against Mikey last year, you would have made a fortune. You would have printed money. That's why we're calling it the Fade Us Podcast. If Mike loses 10 picks in a row, we're all going to be so happy. We've all known each other so long. We're just going to be laughing. And by the way, you at home could be printing. That's why I call us Fade Us, Fade Us, Fade Us, Fade Us. Woodley, what do you got for us?
All right, we're bringing a special live Woodley rant here. We're doing 3 topics. First off, Kelsey universe. I'm calling it out. It has peaked. The podcast has peaked. Taylor Swift, you've peaked. The new it couple is Haley and Josh Allen. And Kelsey universe, we're coming after you. All right, we're live on VSiN now. We're coming after the podcast. We're coming after everything. Number 2, Sean Deeb. Sean Deeb and I had an interesting bet at the World Series of Poker. Now, Sean Deeb is sitting at 7 bracelets, and our friend Phil here has 17, the GOAT. Sean Deeb and I have a 10K bet that lasts until it's right there. You can see it on the screen. Sean Deeb is literally drawing dead on this. He has no shot to catch Phil. Phil's going to get 8 more. Deeb, you're done. I'll let you buy out of the bet right now for 9K. Lastly, Joe Pollad, I know you're watching this right now. We said it last week. You need to sell the team. We need to defund your family. You need to sell the team. And Phil, I know all your buddies, your poker buddies you're playing with tomorrow, all the billionaires. We need 1 or 2 of them to come together and just buy the team. Can you pull that off for us?
Good Lord, Woodley. I mean, you went way off script again. Now, Cantu. Now, I know you have something to say about the Kelsey-verse.
No, what he says just upsets me because the Kelsey-verse is what brings all the extra eyes to football. It's actually cute to see. This weekend, we had Brittany Mahomes' 30th birthday. I don't know if you guys saw this. Taylor Swift in Nashville. Cowgirls night out. They all did special boots, Mike. They got all the sparkly on the boots. It looked real nice, Mahomes was tweeting out.
Is this what your lies consist of?
Yeah, I like to see it, Mike. I really do.
Congratulations.
Okay, listen.
What do you think, Phil?
Listen. This is unbelievable. All right, so I just have to say, I'm a fan of Taylor Swift, who I think is the biggest rock star in the world. I love the Kelsey-verse. I am, Woodley's sitting next to me, but there's a long divide between he hates Philly, he hates the owner of every Minnesota team, whatever, Woodley. All right, Mike, the mouth Matusow, we're ready for your 30-second rant. Matusow. You got me.
My rant is just obvious. We're in week 1 of the NFL season, and Mr. Square Peg Phil, because he is a square peg, has bet 10 favorites this week. He thinks, because last year he did so well because 68.5% of all favorites won, that he's in the genius world. Phil bet 10 favorites in week 1. God bless him.
Mike, I just want to point out that 68% of the favorites won last year. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I did bet 10 favorites for my, Pick'em 10. So, yeah, I'm a little bit embarrassed there. I also had another Pick'em where I actually had, 3 of the underdogs. All right, we're coming to Brandon Cantu live for your rant.
I still can't get over it. We're almost a week past the Micah Parsons trade, and I personally can't get over it. I said last week on our podcast that there is no way he was going to get traded. Woodley, to his credit, actually called it right on air before I heard anybody say that. Congratulations, Woodley. But the reason why this Micah Parsons trade is so just beyond terrible is because they had to give up 2 first-round picks. If you're Green Bay, you got Jordan Love. You're looking nice. You're set up for 10 years. The next 10 years should be real nice. Instead, you mortgage the future to win now. You better win a Super Bowl this year or next year because you're not winning after that. You lose 2 first-round picks where you could sign a lot of these guys for like $14 million if you get a linebacker at the bottom end of the first round. Instead, they're paying him $47 million.
How about the fact he came across as damaged goods? They said he has to get an epidural if he's going to play in every game this week.
That came later. And by the way, I know that somebody picked Dallas or against Dallas. I think we have a lot of action. We have a lot of strong opinions about that. So we'll get to that. All right, I'm coming with my rant. Mike, I apologize. Okay, Mike the Mouth Matusow has gone public.
Matusow.
Mike Matusow has said, hey, listen, I lost $6 million betting sports. He exaggerates, but I believe he's lost $4 million betting sports. Okay, Mike, that's where we start. So I said to you, Mike, we have to have the picks in on a Tuesday this year. And he said, oh, no, that's not enough time for me. I need time. I said, Mike, you've lost $4 million betting sports. He came to me and he said, Phil, listen, I've told you the story 100 times. Every year I would make 4 picks. On a Sunday, I'd win 3 out of 4, and then somehow I'd tilt, and I'd start betting this, and I'd start betting that. So have you believe? So then I said to Mike, I said, if you picked 3 out of 4, then why did you lose money with your first 2 picks the entire season last season? He said, Phil, we had to pick too early. I said, Mike, that's fine. We're all in this pool together where we make 10. Mike was 27 games under 500. This is not exaggeration. Cantu and
Nobody
I figured...
wins betting
Cantu
10 NFL games.
Cantu and I figured that would happen 1 every 160 years. We did the math. You know how hard it is to be 27 games under 500 over 170 picks? The funniest thing of all...
You'll find out this year, buddy.
Mike, the funniest thing of all... So Mike claims he's a good sports bettor. God help me. I don't even know.
Wait. That's why when I said let's bet 50,000, who has the most winning picks, you said, Mike, you got to lay me 3-1.
Oh, Mike, you and I will have some bets off air. Don't worry. All right. Listen, I forget you guys, so let me take a look at this. Mike the Mouth Matusow, 4-time World Series of Poker winner. Mike knows sports. He studies sports and watches more game than all of us combined. That's true. Brandon Cantu is a 2-time World Series of Poker winner and an avid sports bettor. Cantu sometimes bets his entire net worth on one game. We keep telling him, don't do that.
Sometimes.
Cantu. He bet $3,000 the other day on a half.
On a college game. I haven't bet $3,000 on a game in 10 years.
Yeah, you texted me that, and Woodley said he's never bet $3,000 on a game. But Cantu, suddenly, rich Cantu. But he does have some well-thought-out takes. David Woodley started Speed Survivor. Check out speedsurvivor.com. Our guy Woodley has great knowledge and sharp takes. Folks, on this show, we give you 4 rants. Check. And we give you 8 picks against the spread, starting with the hottest guy on the show last year, Mr. David Woodley. What is your number 1 pick, Woodley?
Well, this is going to come as a shock to you because I think I hit 13 of them.
No.
13
It's
of them.
not Minnesota.
We're going Minnesota.
Oh, God.
1.5 over the Bears on Monday Night Football. There's just the lights are going to be bright. J.J. McCarthy. There's been a lot of worries about him and everything, but doesn't matter. Kevin O'Connell, best quarterback coach in the league right now. Caleb Williams will melt under the lights. The Minnesota, their D-line, their O-line has been completely fixed. Not only are they going to cover, they're going to win by at least a touchdown. I'll be there cheering them on with my brand new J.J. McCarthy jersey.
Okay, let me comment first, guys. Woodley, I don't know, how many times last year did you pick Minnesota as one of your picks?
19 because they made the playoffs, yeah.
But you won quite a bit.
I think I won...
16 or
yeah,
15 games.
Okay. So it feels like you always pick Minnesota. You're a Minnesota homer. But I love that pick. I watched Minnesota's defense last year. They just crushed it. I'm not sure how good Sam Darnold was or is. I'm just not sure. He had a great season, but he had a great coaching staff, and he had great receivers and a great offensive line. And to me, that team is loaded. And I think they're going to blow the Bears out, too. I think they're going to win by 17 points. That's my call. I'm with you. Cantu, what do you think?
I love Minnesota, but for all completely different reasons than you guys. I do believe in Kevin O'Connell. I believe he's one of the best coaches. I just don't believe in the Bears. Just the Bears as a whole organization. I don't believe in Caleb Williams. I don't believe in their coaching staff. Ownership. I just don't believe in the Bears. It's 1.5 on opening night, and as Woodley said, the bright lights. I just don't.
Monday Night Football, baby.
It's Monday Night Football. Minnesota just wins. They cover. They win. They do the unexpected. This guy's a great motivator. I think they're going to be ready to play. I think they win easy.
Mike the Mouth Matusow minus 1.5.
I'm a realist. Okay, a realist. Okay, rookie quarterbacks. He'll say he's not a rookie, but he's never played in the NFL. On the road, 1-10, the last 11 times. The last rookie quarterback to win on the road in week 1 was John Elway in 1983. Okay? Now, you can say, well, he's a second year,
He's
blah,
not a-
blah,
he's
blah.
not a rookie.
And he's never played in the NFL. He's got to
not a
go
rookie.
on the road into the all-world best offensive coordinator in the NFL last year for Detroit, is now the head coach of the Bears. And they're not, this is not, you're going to hit reality. I love the Bears. The Vikings are not winning 9 games this year.
First of all,
Mike picked against them like every game last year, and that's
did.
why Mike lost every game, because it was me, Woodley, Phil, just loved the Vikings every pick. Whenever Woodley would
We'll
pick,
see.
Mike, you lost every single
Okay.
game. Go
did.
why
You
don't-
just
he
take that
never
rookie
learns.
quarterback on
He
Monday
never
Night Football on
learns.
the road. Good luck.
Mike
He
picked
never
him one
learns.
time, and it was in the playoff game, and he mushed him.
he must have.
It's like-
I
No, the
remember how
last 2
upset
times I
Woodley
went
was.
on, I jumped on them.
You did have Detroit.
I jumped on them. I took them against Detroit. Detroit killed them, and then I took them in the play because I knew they had no, and they just I don't know.
Mike never learns a life lessons. It's the same thing as how he bets against
This
the
is
Chiefs
2025,
every year in the
boys.
playoffs. It's the same thing. You never learn a life lesson.
Caleb Williams is good. That defense is good.
Caleb
and they got
Williams. Come
the
on.
offensive coordinator from Detroit. You saw how all-world the Detroit offense has been the last 2 years. They're going to put up points on that overrated Vikings.
Okay. We've given enough time to this, guys. This was very entertaining. And by the way, I think that Cantu thinks. I know what he thinks. I know what Woodley thinks. This is not a rookie quarterback, Mike. He watched for an entire year. He watched Sam Darnold.
Oh, yeah, he got a lot of reps. Yeah, he did real well.
Yeah, but even if he doesn't have a good game, their team is just so good. How many points are the Bears going to score?
a lot.
How many?
Well, I don't know. Detroit put up
No,
30
I say
something.
10.
I think the Bears score 27.
Wow.
See, Mike thinks that he brought the entire Detroit Lions offense over with him for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know what the Lions has
They
to do
don't
with
have
them.
Gibbs. They don't have St. Brown. They don't
Okay,
have
guys.
Goff.
Guys, we got to stay on track here. So, all right, that's Woodley's number 1 pick. Cantu, what is your number 1 NFL against the spread pick?
This is not a homer pick.
It's got to be Seattle, right?
Not Seattle.
Oh, no.
This is must-see TV this week, guys. This is
Well, I agree with that.
a great slate of games that I'm excited for this week, and this is just one of about every game is exciting. But my Seattle Seahawks, they're at home 49ers against Phil's 49ers, might I add. They're plus 2.5. This is a great defense, and I think now, with Sam Darnold, we actually want a game manager. I'm so tired of watching Geno Smith bring us into the red zone last year, and every time he found an interception. Never seen more red zone interceptions in my life. It was truly terrible. So now a game manager actually pound the ball. Let's get some Kenneth Walker, even Zach Charbonnet. Let's get going. This is a defensive coach that we got. I love it. What do you guys think?
Mikey, we'll go to you. I know you hate
I
it.
mean, I'm real bullish on the Niners. They get McCaffrey back. McCaffrey plays. They just don't lose. I'm a big believer in Purdy. I know a lot of you guys aren't, but he has a lot of people to throw to. That offense is going to put up numbers. The defense, yeah, they let a lot of old guys go, but they have a really good young core. I'm I'm real bullish on Frisco this year, and I think Sam Darnold, look what he was against any team that was good last year.
Tim Darnold
He was
played
terrible.
great.
Yeah,
Come
against all the bad teams. As soon as they had to play a good team, Woodley, you're a Minnesota fan. How do you do against good teams?
You got to win what's
How do
in
you do?
front of you.
How did Darnold do against a good team?
He actually,
He
the first
did
time he played
good.
Detroit, he looked really well. He obviously was terrible those last 2 weeks. But yeah, that was
It's not a
part
Sam
him,
Darnold.
part him and part the O-line too, though. Yeah.
But I think it's a downgrade. I think Geno Smith really
come on.
did really well. I thought he threw the ball well. They didn't have much of an offensive line, but
Geno Smith was awful.
you're going to see what Sam Darnold really is. And then you're
Woodley,
gonna see
thoughts
what
on
Purdy
this
is.
game?
Yeah, I think this is like the hardest one
It is.
to pick, right? I was looking at our 10-1, and I was like, it's just the toughest one. I think I'm going to go with the Seahawks because I like the Seahawks. I think it's a very intriguing game, actually. I think the Seahawks...
I agree.
I have no
Very
idea.
intriguing.
I'm kind of down on them this year, but I have no idea. Like, Darnold is the $100 million question. Like, which Darnold do you get? I don't know if you get the first 15 weeks. I don't think you get the last 2 weeks. I think you get somewhere in the middle. If they get somewhere in the middle of that, I think they have a decent chance to beat the Niners. So, yeah, give me the Seahawks, even if I
Plus
don't love it.
2.5. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, listen, I'm with Mikey on this one. I think the Niners are a great team. Purdy's been unbelievable, by the way. I mean, unbelievable is a bad word, but
Oh,
I mean,
he's been that good. I mean,
isn't he been the 5th best quarterback in the league?
Yes, over the last 3 years, he's been like top 5 quarterback.
Yeah, I think he might be the 5th best quarterback in the league. They have that really strong defense. I think there was a little bit more disarray last year for whatever reason, but I think the
injuries.
A lot of injuries, a ton of injuries. I think the Niners are going to come out and they're going to win this game big. All right, so give me the Niners. I'll lay the 2.5. Mike's trying to say that all I take is favorites, but hold on one second, guys.
The 49ers are the favorites.
Thanks. Hold on. All right, we're going to talk about you think you're better than the experts. Prove it in the Edge Boost Average Joe contest. The same pick'em format as the Circa Friday Football Invitational with the pros. The average top Joe earns a spot in next year's 25 Pros Circa Invitational Field. It's free to play. You can register anytime during the season to be eligible for weekly and quarterly prizes. Plus, each week, the highest score gets a $500 Edge Boost deposit. I like those contests that pay every week. And if the weekly winner already has an Edge Boost account, that price is boosted to $1,000. Make sure you're eligible. Sign up at edgeboost.bet with the promo code VEASAN. Enter the contest today at VEASAN.com/Joe. Now, I'm just going to say, Woodley, you and I are both really high on Edge Boost.
Yes,
We're doing too much work for the sponsors. Never mind. We love the Edge Boost card. We're both involved. I'm involved as an advisor. And all right, now that's enough. Mike, the Mouth Matusow, what do you have for us for your NFL pick of the week against the spread?
First, I want to say thank you, Phil, for getting my name right for the first time. And second of all, I am going with a team that most of Sharps are real bullish on this year. I think they're a little bit overrated, but I'm taking the Broncos, laying the 7.5 in altitude. I touched on it earlier in the Minnesota Bears game. They said, well, McCarthy's not a rookie. Well, Cam Ward is a rookie, and the last rookie to win, like I said, on the road, was John Elway in 1983.
Elway, oh.
Okay. Last year, Caleb Williams won at home as a rookie, and he did not win. They won the game 7-6. He was terrible. And so the thing I have to say is I'm all in on Survivor. All of my Survivor picks are going on the Broncos, and they're going into altitude against a defense that many say is the best defense in the NFL this year. I think they're a top 3 defense, maybe top 4, but they got a rookie quarterback going against that defense in altitude. First game on the road. I love Denver.
Okay.
And I am not a favorite bettor. You know that.
Okay, guys, listen. That happens to be, well, is that my number 1 pick? I guess it isn't. But I love that pick, Mike. I'm going to use him for my Survivor, too. I love Denver. I'm with you. And I think this line's been jumping. We don't want to waste a lot of time talking about lines. It's been jumping around for 7, 7.5, and 8. But I love it at any of those prices. Mike, I'm with you. Woodley.
I mean, Mike is talking about a rookie quarterback winning on the road, but it's a game with a 7.5 point spread, right? So it's not really, they don't need to win.
The Broncos beat up on bad teams last year. That's what, and they beat them up, too.
They don't need to win to cover. I'm actually a huge Cam Ward believer.
You are?
Yeah, I'm a huge believer. Really? I'm not saying like the Titans are going to go make the playoffs or anything. It's not a great team. 7.5 is too many.
You've been texting about him. Why do you like this guy, Cam Ward?
I think he's a winner. I think
they're all winners.
I think he has the poise.
Not true.
I think he has.
No, I agree with you on that.
I think he has the poise. I think he has the arm. I think he has everything. I mean, I really do. I think this QB class this year got kind of beat up a lot. And yeah, it's not as good as last year's, but we're also only 1 year in. Like last year's could end up looking pretty crappy 5 years down the road. So anyways, I'm a big Cam Ward guy. I think they cover. I think there's this myth out there about Peyton. I actually don't think Peyton's this great coach. I think he's underachieved for the most part of his entire career, and he's actually very conservative. Like, you know, they actually tied the franchise record last year for field goals kicked. Like, he will kick a lot of field goals, and you don't want a team looking to kick field goals when you got to have them score. You know, you got to have them win by 8 or more. It's
I think Cam Ward's going to be great too, but I just don't think in week 1 against that defense and altitude they're going to be great.
Cantu, give us your take.
This is going to be contradictory.
Wait, Cantu, I love to say this. Did I say this already? Danny, post all of our number 1 picks. I might have repeated myself there, but I love it. There they are. Go ahead, Cantu, sorry.
This is. I'm going to contradict this, but a little later in the show when we talk about Survivor. I like Tennessee here. I think Denver wins this game. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be within the touchdown. It's pretty much 7.5 everywhere I see it. I think it's going to be in that 4, 5, 6, 7 line. I think it's going to be close. I think both coaches are real tight. I think Tennessee is going to come out tight, but I think they're going to try to run the ball, run the clock, get everything moving. Denver, on the other hand, I think they're going to kind of play tight as well. I think they're going to try to control the ball, run. Bo Nix is. I just don't think he's just going to. I don't think they're going to let it fly. As a bonus pick, I like the under in this game. I think this could be a real boring game to watch on the slate. I just don't think you're going to see much action. I don't see it.
So Cantu, to be clear, go ahead.
I like Titans. Yes.
Okay, you like the Titans. Okay, we're split. All right, so listen, I think at this point we're going to leave the studio for a few minutes here. We are filming the Fade Us Sports podcast at the VEASAN Studios. We'll be back in 1 minute with our second picks.
This is Veda Sports, only on the VEASAN Podcast Network.
Welcome back, everybody, to the VEASAN studio here in Las Vegas and the Fade Us Sports Podcast. Listen, the Fade Us Sports Podcast is brought to you by our sponsor, Splash Sports, where you can join all of the Fade Us hosts in the Big Splash. I like that name, Woodley. The Big Splash. Their $2.5 million guaranteed NFL Survivor contest. It's $150 to enter. You can do up to 150 entries. I think I already bought 40 or 50. It's going to be a ton of fun. If you don't know Splash, the founders bought Office Football Pool and run your pool, and now they're live in 40 states and Canada. As long as you enter from one of those states, you can play all year from your phone. No proxy required. Download their app, currently sitting at number 5 in the Sports App Store and climbing. You'll find all sorts of contests starting at $5. I'm actually hosting a contest with Nick Wright, $5,000 per entry. I signed in 3 times already with a $1 million guarantee. There's also a $1,000 buy-in with a $1 million guarantee. Thanks again to Splash for sponsoring the Fade Us podcast. All right.
Whoa. I just want to know. You rode me, Woodley, and Cantu all day today about us messing up. Okay?
How many times did he say, I know you, Cantu, and Woodley are going to mess up?
I know you're going to mess up. Woodley's going to threaten to kill people. Mike's gonna do his normal. And what did you do? You entered. We all put our number 1 picks in, and you didn't put your pick in because who messed up? The guy that accused everyone else.
It's so true.
Thank
you for calling me out on live television. I did mess up. I forgot to give my pick. And I cut away.
Your picks are worthless. That's why we forgot.
Well said, Mike. Well said. Yes, I messed up, and I'm going to give you my number 1 pick right now, folks. Look at this. They moved it for me. Steelers, minus 2.5 at the Jets. That's my number 1 pick. I love it. I love the Steelers to win 8.5 games. I love the Steelers defense. I love Aaron Rodgers. The last 10 games of the season, he played unbelievably well. Danny, post all of our number 1 picks. And Mike,
don't
you
we
know
get to
about
comment
this.
on your number 1 pick?
Oh, yeah, Mike. He's just posting them. But I'm just saying to you, Mike. No, that's you. Now, Mike, listen. This is very interesting. You're the one who told me how good Aaron Rodgers was the last 10 games.
Yeah.
Which made me really believe that they're actually going to blow out the Jets. Their defense is so good. TJ Watt. I think they're going to hold their opponents. I think the Jets are going to score 10. And I think he's somehow going to put up 31 points. He's going to be back big time. Mike.
Okay. You're asking a Tomlin team to put up 31 points? I mean, he goes run, pass, and then they try and win every game 17-10. He's like so conservative. It's one of the reasons why they never win in the playoffs. Now, do I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be better? I thought he played really well at the end of the year last year. But as soon as I've told you guys this for 2 years, when they put a 2.5 on the road, they're begging you to take a team. If
is true.
not, they make it a 3. And then I noticed that you, Cantu, and our friend Jay White are all in on the Steelers. When 3 of the biggest squares are in on the Steelers, I'm going to have to take the other side. Even though I think Pittsburgh will win 9 games this year, I got to go against the 3 squares. I'm taking the points with a not very good Jet team that I love under 6 on a season total.
Can I say the word revenge? When you talk about revenge, this is revenge. It got ugly last year with Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. And I mean, you could see it. I think we all know that Rodgers got that coach fired in week 5.
Defensive coordinator, yeah.
Yeah, he got him out the road. You could see things changing. We saw the emotions on the sideline. There was no clicking. But what is that? That's the Jets organization as a whole. This is the NFL being a genius right here. The NFL is they're such geniuses to put this week 1. I am drooling to watch this game.
I mean, it's also revenge like Fields. I mean, he's their the Jets signed.
He switched quarterbacks.
The Jets signed the backup quarterback of Pittsburgh. Okay, and Pittsburgh took the Jets starting quarterback. And on paper,
Mike, can I remind you, you still love the Jets?
I can't. There's 3 squares. I can't. It's like a partridge in a pear tree. I can't jump on 3 squares.
Say one more thing, and just finishing out. I just absolutely love Pittsburgh. I might even put. I have a bunch of survivor picks. Might even put a pick or 2. I know you guys all like.
I did the same. I put some survivor
picks. I'm going to put a
picks.
pick or 2, and I'm going to put in some Pittsburgh.
Well,
I think Pittsburgh.
There's a lot of Steelers has value in survivor.
I think they win big. I would be surprised to see 27-3.
Woodley, what are your thoughts?
I hate it. I agree with Mike, and when me and Mike are on the same side, we're probably picking 90% against you guys.
You might be picking like 56%.
It's better than 44, I guess. But
maybe 52%.
The Jets. I mean, I think they got the better of the 2 Detroit coordinators. I think Glenn's a genius. I think Glenn was the most important part.
Yeah, but has he had time to implement the offense?
No, but
defense,
he's defense. The defensive.
The defense was good until they got injured.
I actually think the offense is going to be okay. I think Fields will be okay. I think he'll start out fine. They got some weapons at wide receiver. They got a couple of good running backs. All that, but It's in New York. This is a revenge game for New York. That team hates Rodgers. They hate Rodgers. They are going to sack him. Rodgers is going to be pouting. Rodgers is a diva, a drama queen. And then who do they pair him up with at Pittsburgh? Oh, DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf's going to punch 5 guys before the end of the first quarter.
He wasn't even that good in Seattle last couple
I'll tell
years.
you, I want to see some late hits in this game. And I know I'm not supposed to say that. A little dirty football. Oh, you see a late hit or 2 on either side. This game could get real ugly. This is
Cantu wants a late hit.
I want some late hits. This is a bad blood game right here.
This is the worst survivor pick you could possibly do. I beg you to change
Wait.
Wait.
We're going to talk about the survivors. All right, guys, listen. We're going to go to our number 2 picks right now. And we're going to start with our friend who probably had the best record of all of us last year, but I think I was right there with him. I think he would have told me if he was ahead of me. Probably we're tied. Woodley, what's your number 2 pick of the week?
I'm going. It's a little squarish, but it works. I'm going Philly, 8-point favorite over Dallas in 24 hours from now, or 20 hours from now. Here's the thing. I think when you're coming into this season, there's a lot of question marks about a lot of teams. I think period. But I think the one team that everybody probably can agree on the NFC that is very, very, very good is the defending champ Eagles. And I know Mike is going to point out that they lost 5 starters on defense. I don't think it matters because I think that Eagles offense is incredible. I think that defense will be fine. I don't think the defense needs to be that great against a Dallas team that is a bit of a mess. That team is in complete shambles. They just traded their best player by far.
They always put up points when Dax is healthy. I don't know, whatever.
They're doing the ring ceremony. They're going to come out fired up. It's Philly. They hate Dallas. I mean, I hate Philly. I think the real thing to discuss here is the over/under of number of rests at the stadium tomorrow night, and it's going to be 35.5, okay? But Philly, they're going to be partying. They're going to be partying all day. They're going to go out and smoke them. The fans will be rowdy.
They're going to be partying all day, and that's.
But I love Philly. I love Philly by a lot, and it's squarish, but they're going to smoke Dallas.
Well, that's significant to me. First of all, Woodley, can you tell everybody where we can get they can get the podcast everywhere, right? The Apple Store. Help name some places with where they can get our podcast.
Yeah, Apple Podcasts, VSiN. I think VSiN.com/podcast.
Yeah.
YouTube,
Spotify, everywhere. Yeah, YouTube. You can watch it on X live. Like you are right now.
Yeah.
Basically everywhere we can find a podcast.
Okay. Now, Woodley's pick is significant because Woodley, for longtime viewers of the podcast, which, I don't know how many we've had, but I will say this. Woodley hates Philadelphia. He hates everything about Philadelphia. I don't know why. I like Philadelphia. I was just there. He played poker with me in Philadelphia. I'm surprised I didn't kick him off the table because he hates Philadelphia. He just picked Philadelphia. So that tells me something a little bit significant here. Cantu, what are your thoughts?
This is...
Is it 7.5?
It depends. It's 7.5, 8.5. This
right,
is a
that's
shop
fine, that's fine.
around.
Yeah. Shop around. Go ahead.
This is a shop around game. It's all over the place.
Yeah, you can shop at home.
Micah Parsons is gone. That drama, I think that might actually bring a little bit of the Dallas team together, bring a little gelling moment. I think a lot of the players were getting tired of him laying on the bench, outside. Other than that, Dak Prescott is back. He's got weapons. He's got both that CeeDee Lamb and what's the Steelers guy? They just got Pickens, and this is going to be a throw team. I don't think McCarthy's going to try to run the ball much. I think they're just going to air it out.
He's not there anymore. It's Schottenheimer.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's our kid, too, that we
There we
love.
go.
You don't even know who the coach is.
Thank you, Mike.
I love it, Mike. I love it.
Thank you, Mike. You got me a little gun shy there.
Mike has a way of attacking our friend Cantu. Now, Mike, let me tell you something. This Pickens guy, I thought he was so good until last year.
He's a cancer.
He's a head case.
But
I don't think
But I thought he was so good every year I watched him, and last year he just dropped all these balls. I remember vividly.
No, not until that was only the last 3-4 weeks. Something went on there.
They lost 5 in a row. It was only
You're right.
5 weeks.
He disappeared, and I think like I'm saying, he's a head case. You could tell something wore out there in the locker room where he just couldn't catch the ball. He went from one of the most sure-handed guys that can't catch.
Because he was getting thrown to by your MVP, Russell Wilson. Maybe that's why. Maybe he didn't like the moon balls.
We'll go there later. But
I'll say this, Mike. There were a lot of times. I remember vividly there were a bunch of balls that were thrown right to him that he should have caught on the sidelines and caught and gone down. And he missed those catches, and I think it really cost him. And then there was some drama surrounding Pickens last year. But anyway, all right, Mike, we're moving on to Pickens now playing for Dallas. What are your thoughts?
I don't want to comment on this game right now because I have something to say about it when my number 2 pick comes up.
Well, Mike, you're the other side. Okay, well, this is interesting because I happen to have my number 2 pick aligns with Woodley. Woodley and I don't know what our record is together, Mike. Maybe we picked 90%.
Where? And somebody has a clue on... Okay.
Now, I was able to...
I want to workshop that one next time.
I was able to bet it at 7. Okay.
He did. I'll give Phil credit. The square got down at 7, and then it went to 8.5, which is what I got. And I'm going to tell you why.
Wait, hold on, Mike. Let me finish. I'm just going to say this. I really like the way Woodley's thinking here. And that part helped convince me. What we have here is we have someone who's going to be handed a Super Bowl. Just remember, they're going to be handing him a Super Bowl championship. That place is going to be loud. That place is going to be filled with all kinds of, fans and super VIPs. And these players, they know who's in the audience watching, right?
That's
there's the president. There's Mike. They are going to come in fired up. And they're going to run the table. So, again, I'm going to go with, but I think Dallas will put up some points. So I do think Dallas will score 20.
Just remember last year, from week 7, I told you guys, Philly was the best team, and it wasn't even close.
Philadelphia 30, Dallas Cowboys 23. Mike the Mouth.
Okay. This is my number 2 pick. And now it's at 8. I got 8.5. And the reason why I love the other end of this is... last year, the Cowboys started out 3-8. The first 8 weeks, their defense was a disaster. Why? Because their defensive coordinator became the head coach of Washington. And by the time they switched from a 3-4 to a 4-3, by the time they figured it out, they were 3-8. Then they ran off 3 straight games with you and me as quarterback, and they were 6-8. And then came the Cincinnati game that the guy they blocked the punt, and the dummy on the Dallas guy touched the ball where they got the ball back, and they lose that game to Cincinnati. If they win that, they're 7-8. They believed they had a shot at the playoffs, and the next week after they laid a big egg, and they ended up winning 7 games. Their defense got stronger at the end of the year. The offense has never been a problem putting up points. You have the Super Bowl hangover, a team that lost 5 starters off the best defense in the NFL last year. You want them to replace 5 starters in week 1 against a team that's seething to come back and show everybody how good they were. Dallas won 13 games back-to-back years before last year. I like the Cowboys in this game, and don't be shocked if they went outright.
Mike, also,
I agree.
I'm just going to say, Mike, you're also a little bit unlucky, right? You laid out this great thesis for why to bet the Cowboys, but you're a little bit unlucky. There's probably going to be Woodley and I are going to somehow win this. There's going to be a late interception that shouldn't have been thrown, and we're going to win 30-23. Okay. Cantu, thoughts?
The Super Bowl hangover, it's a real thing, and I think Philly's about to feel it right here. I think they might lose outright as well. I like a touch of money line, not a big bet, a little bit.
It's also a
Dallas. This
game.
is a division rival, 2 teams that hate each other, 2 teams that know each other well. Dallas is going to be ready for this game. Give me Dallas.
You were spinning it a minute ago about how trading the best player on the team by far is good for building team chemistry. You're like, it's going to bring the team closer together. It's actually not, because Micah Parsons, when you have a player like him, he makes everyone on the defense better. He gets everyone additional sacks, tackles for loss. You think they're happy to lose him? You think
they're not happy, but you could see it all unraveling at the end in the press conferences.
In all reality, what Jerry said on TV I saw this morning is we can't win with one player, right? So now they get 2 draft picks, and he says they're going to get 4 extra players. So they'll have 6 players for the $47 million a year that they had to play Parsons. And if you look back at when was the last time Dallas won a Super Bowl? When they made the big trade in the Herschel Walker in the 90s, and he thinks it's going to be another.
I don't think Dallas is making the playoffs. I think they're going to win 8 or 9 games. I like them over the 7.5. This isn't some special teams on opening night Thursday. Everybody watching. Dallas is coming. They're coming this week.
They're coming to play.
Dallas has also been in disarray, right? That's a word we used on the last podcast. We all agreed, disarray.
But were they really in disarray to end the year last year? Like I said, they were 3-8, and everybody said they're not going to win another game. And then they won 3 straight. Then came the Bengals game.
Mike, what happened to their offensive and defensive line? All the money spent on the wrong players. It feels like to me.
Listen, the defense is fine. The offensive line, Martin retired, and I am a little bit worried they couldn't run the ball last year, but they had no running backs. They have a good rookie running back that they drafted. Now the offensive line is going to be a challenge. We're going to see.
What about nobody? It's funny no one brings this up, and Cantu. I mean, we're messing with him, but he forgot about it. But he forgot about it because they did the least inspiring head coach hire of my lifetime.
It really
with
was.
Brian Schottenheimer. That's the other thing too.
And they got nobody in free agency.
That is a clear downgrade over McCarthy, who was unfortunately he was a whipping post. But McCarthy's a great coach.
He was a great coach. No, he is not.
I'm going to agree. I'm going to agree with Woodley on this. McCarthy had to take the fall because they got knocked out first round of the playoffs by Green Bay the year before. They got crushed, right? And then they laid this big egg to start the year last year. He had to take the fall. I kind of agree.
He sucks.
I mean, but you're going with a known backup lineman coach or whatever.
Wait, Mikey, wait. Isn't McCarthy one of these coaches where we talk about this often, where they make the wrong this drives poker players crazy. You have to run it twice, or you have to run it 3 times. All these obvious game managing situations.
He's a terrible game manager.
And McCarthy was horrendous game manager.
But he was a good coach.
Unfortunately, I've seen the same thing from Tomlin, who but I also think they're both great coaches with the players. Mm-hmm. They get along with their coaches well. They do a lot right. But yeah, so I would say that about McCarthy. And Aaron Rodgers himself was so bummed out he had to bring in another coach to help him. Remember, to help him with the basic end game strategy. So, all right, Mike, what do you have to say about that?
I mean, I agree with you on that. I just believe that this rivalry is war and war, and the Super Bowl hangover is real. And I'm not saying I think the Eagles will probably win this game, but the Cowboys are coming. They're coming.
I agree with
this
you.
is their Super Bowl, Week 1. I know it sounds crazy.
Hold on.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say it's like the coach was on.
just said it.
The coach was on ESPN saying, "I'm trying to keep my players from being over, confident."
Mike,
Week 1 in Week 1.
Mike.
Everybody's watching.
Go ahead, Cantu.
Mike loves to talk about every week whose team's Super Bowl is this
They
week.
want
This is
this
a new
game.
low. This is a new low.
low.
It's not even just week 1. It is game 1 Thursday early Thursday.
Super Bowl.
Cowboys
Game
Super Bowl.
1, he said.
Come on,
Hey,
Mike.
even the Cowboys.
Mike.
Cowboys won as bad as they were last year. They won Game 1 by like 30 points over Cleveland,
Mike.
and everybody
No, it was
thought they were so
Giants.
good.
It was
Mike,
the
I
Giants.
know
Giants,
you. I
whatever.
know, Mike.
Everybody's
listen.
like, "Oh, Cowboys are going to
Mike,
be so
Mike,
good." I know
Mike.
that works because I took them in my pick 4 with a friend
Mike,
of ours.
eventually you're going to have to stop talking, and then I'm going to make my point. And that's this. You have this way. You were on our stream. We've been doing this stream together for 20 years. And you always say it's their Super Bowl. So when you said that, we all busted out laughing. This is game 1 of the
I know,
NFL
but
season.
they're
It's
coming,
nobody's
bro.
Super Bowl, bro.
It's plus 8 points. I didn't say they have to win. You don't
It's
think they're
not
showing
the
up?
Super Bowl.
You think that Philly's going to be just in rhythm
Okay,
and
Mike,
just
okay,
whack
come
them
on.
out?
By the way, I'm glad that we went long on this game because we had picks on both sides. It happens to be my pick. It happens to be Woodley's pick, and you happen to pick against it. So I'm glad we spent some time on this. Plus, it's going to be so much fun to watch this tomorrow night. Oh, my God. I know. I'm
we'll have
not
money
going to
on it.
miss a
Don't worry,
minute
buddy.
of this. Oh, yeah. No, I bet my max in-season bet's $2,000. Now, I'll bet $25,000 on the over-unders. Cantu, we're coming to you to wrap it up. Okay. I went Eagles. He went Eagles. And sorry. Sorry, I'm a little bit tired.
He's got to
guys.
do his second pick now.
Yeah, you got to do your
he
second
already
pick.
picked us.
So second
But
pick.
hold on. I did Eagles. Woodley did Eagles. Mike did Cowboys. That's where I was going.
go.
He
Cantu?
did Cowboys already, Phil. We'll help you out. We'll
No,
help
I
you
know
out a
that.
little
But
bit.
now Cantu is going to give us his second pick.
Second pick.
Yeah.
Chargers Chiefs Friday night. I believe this is the first Friday night game, isn't it, Woodley? I think this is the first time they've done this.
Well,
A
they've done
Friday
Black
night
Friday,
Well,
but
no,
for
Friday
opener.
night opening
start, yeah.
weekend.
First time ever.
It's very fun. You're showcasing a big time matchup.
If it's not the first time ever, it's got to be the second.
Yeah, I think it's first.
Yeah.
I think it's first. It's Chargers plus 3.5 against the Chiefs in Brazil. Very interesting game. Now, first question: will Taylor Swift make the trip to Brazil? I kind of want to know.
Oh,
what
that's
do you think?
interesting.
I think so.
Ooh.
But-
Wait, hold on,
No,
Cantu.
I
I'm going to
don't
come
know.
right back to you. I just have to say it. Danny, post all of our number 2 picks. I love it when I get to say that. Go ahead, Cantu. You were asking if Taylor Swift.
Yeah, just
Brazil's a long
question.
flight, by the way.
Yeah, it is a long flight. This is going to throw. I don't know. It's just weird going down to that.
I'll lay
southern
2 to 1 she
hemisphere.
doesn't go to Brazil. Anybody wants to bet?
I'll probably bet that off stream, Mike. But
Okay.
let Cantu make his points on who he likes and why here.
I like that Chargers, and I go really basic. My personal favorite coach is Jim Harbaugh in the NFL. I've thought this. I was so upset when he went to college. I've thought this for a long time. I think he comes in. I think he's just such a difference maker. He had no weapons. They had no weapons last year. Not that they're like loaded with weapons. I believe in Herbert. I think Herbert's going to come to play. I think him and Harbaugh now have had a lot of time to gel. I like the Chargers.
Okay, I'm going to comment on this. First of all, I have to get my humble brag in. I'm friends with
I
Harbaugh.
was just going to say Phil's going to put his humble brag in, and he did. Getting ready to bet it.
I'm friends with Harbaugh, and I'll say that, watching him come to San Francisco, it's more fresh in my mind. And what he did, he took a team that had won 3 games, I believe, and he won like 10 or 11. I mean, or maybe he won so many games, and I'm just like, that is the Harbaugh effect. Right, and he's going to not make any basic strategy mistakes. He's gonna have all the players in the right positions all over the field. His father's a professional coach. His brother's a great coach, and so to me, the Harbaugh effect is going to be massive in this. I'm going to hold off on my opinion about which side I like. I'm going to throw it over to Mike the Mouth first. Mikey, which side do you like? And by the way,
I mean, I actually, and I'm a lot more bullish on Kansas City this year than I've been the last 3 years. I think that
You are.
people are over. They're jumping off of the wagon of a
Mike,
team that's
also
been
the
3
line's
Super Bowls.
jumping, right? Has it been 3?
Yeah, it's moved to 3.
You
It's
can get-
3.5 minus 115.
You can get both sides.
Okay,
Currently.
get both sides. Move on, Mike.
And so I do like the Chargers plus the points here. Last year they played 2 games against them that came down. I think they both ended in a field goal. The Chargers, they overachieved last year. But they didn't really improve on their pass catching. They got Eckler back, I think it is, and I just and the guy from Chicago, what's his name? That was the wide receiver at left.
Allen.
Yeah, Keenan Allen back,
He's old, though.
but he's old, and so I don't think that they improved that much. But I know that the Chiefs' defense is good. The Chiefs are hungry after what happened to them in the Super Bowl. But in this Week 1 in Brazil, to me, it's an upgrade because at home the Chargers get no fans whatsoever. That it's like 80% the visiting team. In Brazil, they're going to have just as many fans, maybe even more. And
No,
not more
Mike,
than
what are you
Chiefs.
talking
The
about?
Chiefs
Taylor Swift, Kelsey versus.
but
I think it's going to be mainly.
Mike, we'll give you 30% Chargers fans in the
whatever.
States.
I like the 3.5.
There are no Chargers.
But I think there are no Chargers fans. That I'll agree. There are no Chargers
Hanging out in
fans.
Brazil.
That's true. Even LA doesn't like the Chargers. They just
Would
go to
they?
the game.
But Brazil's closer to LA than Kansas City is, right?
No, Brazil's
That's such
Brazil's like a 12-hour flight, bro.
just-
10-hour
Not that
flight.
much closer
Not
if
much.
it
So,
is.
I'm just going.
I hear you, but I like the Chiefs in this, and I think I like a lot of people are kind of picking against them this year and stuff, and like they did get smoked in the Super Bowl, but. I think they heard a lot, especially
They've heard
last
it,
year.
yeah.
Last year, like, they got so lucky they won this game. They never covered, blah blah blah. They've heard it all off season, and I still think you have Mahomes, who's the best quarterback in the league. I would rather have Mahomes than any other quarterback.
Give me
If I need to win a
Allen.
game.
I want
If
Allen.
I needed to win a game, which Mahomes
Yeah,
has done a million
give
times.
anybody reasonable. For
Yeah,
sure. Sure, Mahomes. Go ahead.
Yeah, you have Reed, and you have a team that still has like a lot of weapons and everything, and like Worthy lost in the Super Bowl is like Worthy had like his
Worthy came out strong
party.
at the end of the
yeah,
year.
his coming out
I mean,
party.
but losing Rice for the first 6 games kind of hurts them. But
didn't
the
have
defense is a monster.
They didn't have Rice at all last year though. He
Yeah.
got hurt like 3.
So
3
Woodley,
minutes in.
you're saying that you like Kansas City?
Yeah, I think they bounce back strong. I think they come out, beat them. It won't be a blowout, but yeah. 6
Okay.
Are you like Kansas City laying the 3.5?
Yeah,
or
I like
3?
it. I like it both. Yeah.
All right, listen. I'm gonna have to weigh in on this. I didn't want to have to, but I think that Harbaugh has such a strong effect. Also, I've watched Kansas City. It seems like they mail it in a lot the first half of the season, and I don't think their record's been particularly good. So
No, they only started 15-1 last year.
I gotta say,
Sorry.
I'm gonna shock you guys. I'm gonna shock you guys.
Wait. You're saying Kansas City started 15-1?
Yeah. Don't you remember they won like 5 games by miracle every week?
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. You're right. Okay.
I gotta say, this is a funny game because the line on this game I think is really important. I actually bet the Chiefs minus 2.5 like three weeks ago.
Okay.
Then I saw it go to plus 3.5. Now I love the Chargers. That's equivalent to about a
All right,
50-cent
guys.
move.
Okay.
Cantu's
Time
going
to
for the
move
middle.
on.
Cantu's
Time
going
to
for the
move
middle.
on. Time to move
I'm in the
on.
middle. 3.
It
Land
never
me
works
3.
out, but Cantu's
Land
going
me
for the 3.
Guys,
It could
time to move on. Now we're going to go to a segment brought by Splash Sports. And by the way, the Mongo Bongo of Survivor pools, the big one, is right here at Circa. Did you see they already have $15 million in their prize pool? Now, of course, in the online world right now, Splash Sports has the biggest ones, and I'm involved in Splash, so I have to promote them. So we're doing this for Splash Sports while giving Circa a little bit of credit.
Well, Spurker's about ready to have a minimum of 5 more survivors as soon as we're done filming. Maybe 10.
All right, Woodley, what do you think for the Survivor pool?
Yeah, so I like this specifically for all the non-Circa ones. So if you're in the Circa one, I wouldn't pick this team, and I'll tell you why in a second. But I actually really like Philadelphia. Kind of what I laid out earlier is they're just one of the very few teams I feel completely confident about.
I've told
being
you
a really good
never
team.
take division teams in Survivor. It's rule number 1.
Mike tells us a lot of things, and they all contradict each other. So we have to deal with this nonsense 30 hours every freaking week. And he changes
You're going
his
to really
mind.
blow Philly coming off of like 5 new defensive starters in week 1 in a division game in Survivor.
I am.
I'm going to put you in the square peg category with Cantu and Phil.
Well, they're not going to be the most popular pick, by the way. But yeah, I like them in the splash pool or whatever. I would say I would not take them in the Circa pool because you need to save a team for Christmas and Thanksgiving. And Philadelphia plays that Black Friday of Thanksgiving, and like they're the ones that you probably want to hold on to. But I love Philly. They're going to win. I don't see a world in which they lose this game. And what happened last year in week 1 in Survivor? Like it knocked out what 30, 40, 50%.
No, it was above 50%.
So
right?
I kind of want to play off with what you're saying. I did some modeling, and if you're playing one of these big Survivor pools, thousands of people, it's a much different strategy than if you're doing a 100 or 200 pool. Here should be of the modeling I did the breakdown. I think it's going to be about 25% are going to go Denver on this week. It should be about 50.
Higher.
Higher.
Okay, well, this is the breakdown and
Continue,
research I did. I'm
continue.
not saying it's right. It's going to be a little off. 25% Denver, 15% Philly, 13% Arizona,
Higher.
13%
Arizona
Washington,
might be number one.
8%
Arizona might be
Philly.
number one.
Okay, Mike, that's the modeling I came up with. Now you guys can tell me your modeling.
Okay, well, I'm going to say this, that I'm in a $50,000 buy-in Survivor pool. There's going to be about 20 of us. I have to get by week 1, right? So for me, I'm taking Denver. I do believe in the rookie quarterback on the road at altitude is going to have real
1983,
issues.
John Elway.
Yeah, John Elway.
I'm telling you. I mean, I'm all in
So
on
I
Denver.
love.
All
so
my
you,
picks are
so
all
you're
in.
with me. You like the Denver as
all
well.
of my Survivor picks.
Okay,
I might
that's
be out on week 1.
But okay,
Mush.
Mike, we're talking strategy
too.
here. So the 50,000, I'm going with Denver. Now in the other Splash Survivor pool, the big splash, the $150 buy-in where I have like 50 picks, I'm probably using 10 of them on Pittsburgh. I'm going to use some on, you're going to not believe this one or not, I'm going to use some on Jacksonville.
Me too, Phil. Me too.
Yeah, Jacksonville. We're
I thought I was gonna get-
strategists. What do you guys just
I
want? You want to
thought I
pick all
was
the
gonna
favorites
get
early?
shredded.
No, I'm on Jacksonville as well because
on
I think
Jacksonville.
those picks are going to go up in value immediately if Jacksonville, who by the way is a favorite in this
This
game.
is really the only time you can use
I think it's the only
Jacksonville.
time you use
You can
Jacksonville.
use them against Tennessee, but that's kind of that division rivalry that we talk in week 2.
Right,
so it's
right,
either
right.
one or two.
I mean,
think-
you want
I
to go
think-
with some
No, hold on.
garbage team on week 1?
No, I'm gonna say
why
this.
Why don't you take Miami?
Mike-
I mean, Indianapolis has lost 10 straight
Mike-
openers.
Mike, let me
and they're
tease Woodley.
favorite.
Let me tease Woodley. It's coming.
Okay.
So Mike, the mouth Matusow, he doesn't care. He's just looking for the best pick. Woodley might not want to look bad on the first telecast. What do you say about that, Woodley?
Sure.
All right, what's your second pick? So you said you like Philly.
Yeah, I like Philly. This worked last year, so I think Philly's like the safe pick, right? And we have a lot of.
You have gone deep a bunch. I'm
We have.
teasing you. but you've gone deep
I
a
won the
bunch, yeah.
Gregorich one last year. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's and we went far in Circa last year too until Danny Jones screwed us. But you're gonna hate this, but I'm going safe with a fair number of the picks because we both have a ton of picks in the splash one, in the 150 and then the 1,000 and stuff
To
like that.
be fair to the people at home, we have a bunch of picks with shared liquidity, so all of us have 25%. No one has a piece of 3 of my 5,000s, but you guys have a piece of 1 of them. So we have a little bit of shared liquidity. So when
Yeah.
Woodley says you're not going to like this, this is the reason
Yeah,
why.
I'm
don't listen, Woodley. I'm not going to anything you do when it comes to Survivor Pool. I'm not going to argue with.
I agree,
You
too.
did a great job. I think
I like-
Cantu
I
gives
like
you
his
credit.
picks.
The only guy that's going to like ride you will be Mikey, and he will tell
That's
you.
tough on
He
him.
will tell you Saturday night at midnight that he had a dream that he should.
My dreams always come true.
These dreams that
He
Mike
has
has,
dreams. He does, and he calls us. And he says, "Woodley,
And
I
he
have a dream.
screams at us
You got to
to
go the
change.
other way. You got to go the other way." And Woodley's like, "No, my mind is set." And when that team loses, Mike goes crazy.
Did I not?
had this
I
dream?
want what they say. Did I not say I had a dream
Blind
at the
squirrel.
World Series poker? I thought that I was at the main event final table. All the money from it. It kept saying winner MM. But as it turns out, my dream was right. It was Mike Mizrachi, not Mike Matusow. But I did tell you guys this.
Oh, my
I
God.
put it in the thread that I was at, and I was right there with the money
Mike.
as Mizrachi went.
Mike.
So don't tell you about my dreams, okay? My dreams since I got off of opioids, they come out good. Okay. And before I was
Woodley,
on.
Woodley, you're going to have to deal with
I
Mike
don't-
calling you every Saturday
Yeah,
night at
it's-
midnight that he
it's-
had a dream. You have to switch.
it's-
But Cantu and I implicitly trust Woodley.
Yeah,
Boom.
so
take it.
I'm doing the
Woodley.
same-
Woodley, you gotta
We're
pound
giving you
him.
the fist bump.
Oh
Woodley.
yeah, I was like, you're handing me the mic.
We trust
I'm
you.
going. I'm doing the same thing I did week 1 last year, which got me really far and everything. And I went with a team that was also on the road and a slight favorite. And it's the same team I'm going against. So the Vikings went into Giants MetLife last year and completely
You're going to take the Vikings in Survivor in week one?
What they do last year, I called it last year.
You got a rookie quarterback on the road, buddy.
That's not a rookie.
He is a rookie. He's never played in the NFL.
Not a rookie.
I'm not in love with that pick, Woodley. I'm not in love with that pick. It's a good thing.
We were going halves on the Survivor. We were going 5 picks each. If you're going Minnesota, I don't want to go halves with you.
I'm happy to not have half of you and me. This is no, Minnesota.
Mike, you just did him a favor. You just get no more calls at midnight on Saturday.
You have to go against the grain a bit because there's 20,000 other entries in this thing, and Minnesota is going to be less than 1%. And if they pull it off, you set yourself up.
I got one thing to say. If you look at the main thing, if you look at Survivor pools, the first thing they say is never take a division opponent on the road in Survivor. It's rule number 1 in Survivor. It's the
that is true.
thing that you could ever do.
True.
And you're going against rule number 1 in all of Survivor. Never take a road favorite in division.
Mike has 20 rules. And if
That's
you follow the rules,
look at any Survivor. They'll tell you the first rule
Woodley,
of Survivor
let me address
picking.
this.
Yeah.
I just want to say this, Mike. That is rule number 1. I agree with you. But if everybody knows that's rule number 1,
then
doesn't it make sense to go the other way?
Poor Woodley. I love Woodley, but he's going to have a rude awakening. It's not going 9-1 in one-score games for that garbage Minnesota team. Do I think Minnesota's going to be good in a year or two? Yes. I think you're all crazy.
If you won a major Survivor pool last year, raise your hand.
Okay, if you won the major Survivor pool the year before and won like 80,000, raise your hand.
I'm going to tell you guys
That's true.
why.
That's true.
This is game theory, Phil, right here. This 10 years ago, Mike, what you were saying is very true. 5 to 10 years ago, division rivals don't go at it. We all knew this. We all know the secret. Well, now in Survivor, I'll tell you what I do know is nobody likes to pick the division rivals. So now
2 years ago, I tried so hard to save you guys with Washington and Philadelphia.
Mike, can I finish? Now it's come full circle, and it is back the other way, where I actually think it's very advantageous on certain weeks to take a division game.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Week
and
1
Woodley,
is definitely the time.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
With a rookie quarterback.
I will say
Good
this.
luck.
I have faith in Woodley more than I have faith in you, Mike. I will give you
But
this.
he's a homer! This is not a pick! This is his heart playing, please let me win in this division against the Bears in week 1. Please! I can't take it! Oh, and then reality's gonna hit, and it's gonna be all back to, I hate the owner! I hate everybody! I hate Minnesota sports! Oh, they suck! McCarthy sucks! Trade him! Give me Rodgers back!
Woodley, that's a very fair criticism
Yes,
of you.
yes.
You do. When your
that
team
is actually
loses,
going to happen in week 2. That will happen.
I hate
happen
McCarthy.
Week 2.
I hate the owner. I hate the coach.
I like the owner.
What's
I'm
gonna happen?
bullish on McCarthy,
What's
by
gonna
the way.
happen if they lose 3
I am
games in a
very
row?
bullish on McCarthy.
If they lose,
I just don't think week
if they
one's
lose
the
to a
right time.
terrible Bears team, I
But
will
they're
be.
not terrible. That team was 4-2 and a Hail Mary away from being 5-2, and then everybody went crazy. They fired the coach, and then they just fell off a cliff.
Mike, how many games did they win the last? Because I'm a little confused. How
Well,
many
they
games did
fired
they win
the
the last
coach,
9
and then
games?
the new coach had was even
No,
worse.
I don't know.
They
I'm
won,
just
they won
asking.
like 5 games because I remember I took the Bears. That was like my number 1 pick last year.
The offensive coordinator
Under
for
Bears.
Detroit is a winner. I love this coach.
Phil, can I give my pick?
Yes.
My Survivor pick? Do you
Absolutely.
mind? Okay. So
You're going to get just under the wire. We only have a minute left.
Okay,
Fire.
a minute left. I'm going to go quick. Me and Phil did not talk about this. I've never heard him say Jags. That is my number 2 Survivor pick that I sprinkled in Jags on Carolina. I like him. I don't think many people are going to take him. I think everybody's hyping Carolina. I'm going the other way. I like Jags. My first one, even though you guys heard me pick Titans in the broadcast, I like the Broncos as my favorite
Okay, you
pick.
agree with us. Okay,
Yes.
guys, listen. I want to say this. This was a lot of fun being in the VEASAN studios here. And this Fade Us Sports podcast is so much fun. And I want to thank, I really want to say, the guy who started VEASAN Network is Brian Musburger. And so I was sitting next to him at dinner, and he's a very mild, kind of unassuming guy. And we started digging down a little bit. And
opposite
he's
of
like,
you.
I started VEASAN. He didn't say that. I found out he started the VEASAN Network. And I'm like, wow, that's incredible. DraftKings bought it. Somehow he ended up getting it back. And Brian Musburger believes in our podcast, guys. And we believe in our podcast. We have to deliver this year.
Nobody went against the Saints, huh?
From the VEASAN studios here. Bye-bye from the Fade Us Sports Podcast.